Hi everyone, welcome in for another episode of Let's Draw. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining. Sorry we're a few minutes late for today's session, starting up today's session, but promises to be a good one. Cheers for everybody who's joining in. So we've got a few people on YouTube, Facebook, X, definitely in Discord, and definitely on Abstract as well. So yeah, we're broadcasting everywhere. So choose your favourite streaming platform and go and join in on that one. If you want to send tips, join in on Abstract. If you want to chat and share your artwork that we'll get to in a little while, then join in on our Discord as well, the KorpDogs Discord. If anybody needs any links, put something in the chat and yeah, Joff will get back to you. Talking of Joff, he is around in the background. Hi Joff, how are you?
Yeah, good evening. I'm good. Thanks very much.
Excellent, Joff.
How are you? Sorry, I was just in the middle of, I just muted you on Discord. I panicked that I'd muted you for everyone. So,
Maybe you
yeah,
can do that. I don't know. Maybe you can. But yeah, some people might actually like that. I think some people just prefer to watch the drawing and not actually anything else.
yeah.
Let's, so we've got a special guest in for today's session as well, which I'm really looking forward to. We've got uh, I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but recently I did a piece of artwork called The Creator's Curse. Did a live drawing of it a couple of days ago, I think it was now. I can't remember. I think it was Friday. I did a live drawing of it on Adobe Fresco showing you how I created this piece called The Creator's Curse. It's for Room 707, which is a really interesting project by like a multi-faceted, multi-talented artist called Jessica Yatrofsky. And we're really happy to have Jessica in today. And we will bring her out in a second. No rush for that. So she's just logged in. She's there. Jessica, I can see you. Nobody else can see you yet, so don't panic. We'll wait until you're all set up and then we'll bring you in, okay? Let me just assign you to number 3. Awesome stuff, right? Yeah, so Jessica's in. We'll get to Jessica in a sec, but let me just quickly explain what we're going to do today. It's Let's Draw. So first of all, we are going to do some drawing. We'll get Jessica in. We're going to do some drawing. I'll do a little step-by-step lesson. You'll need a Sharpie and a pencil, stolen paper. They're the 3 things you're going to need for today's lesson. This one, we're going to draw a very, very simplified version of The Creator's Curse, which is the artwork that Jessica has got that she'll talk about. Not my artwork, but she'll talk about the Room 707 project, which is what the artwork is for. So we'll come to that. So and then yeah, towards the end of the session, we'll get Jessica online. We'll have a look at some of Jessica's past work, ask a few questions. So if you've got any questions for Jessica and any of the artwork, the photography that she does, then feel free to put them in the chat anywhere you like. Joff is hanging around in several different chat rooms at the moment with several different windows open, so he'll be monitoring any questions and we'll put them to Jessica as we can. So without further ado, Jessica, I'm going to introduce you in. So here we go, if this works. Hi Jessica, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Hey,
Excellent.
Jess.
It all works. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's freaky talking to a dog, but
Yeah, apologies for that. Unless you're talking to Corp, I don't know.
that's not nice.
It's genuinely what Joff looks like. It's not an avatar. What he looks like. Handsome devil. I
How
love
are you guys?
You're going to stick out your tongue, Joff?
Yeah, good, thanks. I can't do it because the camera's off. Remember, I've got CPU issues.
Yeah, that's true. All right, never mind.
That's voice only.
Well, let me see if I can just zoom in on Jess a little bit because we've got a weird crop going on there. That's better. So, yeah, Jessica, just a quick one then. So you're the founder of Room 707. So could you give everyone just a little bit of background on who you are, what you do, and what Room 707 is?
Sure. So my name's Jessica. I'm an artist and author. Trying to get him cropped out of the back. Sorry. So where do I begin? I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I came to Web3 probably around 2021, 22, and started putting my work on the blockchain. Poetry, photography, sculpture, all types of different applied arts. And in terms of Room 707, it's a project I started a few years ago. And sorry, a few years sirens. I feel like I logged on and everything is like gone mad in the city. I live in New York City. I'm based in New York City. Um, so Room 707 started a few years ago where I wanted to have sort of like a secret society for artists, creators, collectors on and off the blockchain. So we could gather on and off the blockchain. So we had a few live events. I had some poetry readings. I had a lot of events during some of the blockchain weeks around the world. So that's been pretty cool. And now we're doing collabs on the blockchain. You're one of them. You're our March artist. So, and I'm sure you'll talk more about that piece, but yeah, that's kind of like a summary of the best that I could do at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. This is where I start losing steam,
Yeah.
but I'm excited with you.
I totally get it. 4 p.m. when you start losing steam. I've started losing steam at 4 p.m. It's now 8 p.m. in the UK, completely flattened. But you know, we'll struggle through. But yeah, thank you. That's a really good insight into Room 707. If anybody out there's got any questions that want to find out a bit more about what Room 707 is and that like little private space for artists, poets, photographers to create and share and collab, then yeah, put it into all the chats and we'll pick up those questions a little bit later. What we are going to do now, though, I don't know whether you're going to join in, Jess. With this bit, you're more than welcome to join in. We're going to do a little bit of
I have my camera set up for this, especially. So
nice one, excellent stuff.
cool.
The KorpDogs project is all about getting people creative. So it's all about two things. One is growing your art collection, which we'll do with a little free. I think have we got a free giveaway? We might have an NFT draw, or we might have some sort of giveaway later on today. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, tell Joff I said yes, and I'll give away a 707 key.
Oof.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Ouch. Joff, will you just put our names in this as well, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be awesome. So, Jess, you've put the effort into having a proper overhead camera feed. I'm going to make yours a little bit bigger so everyone can see your work as well. Jessica, are you kind of like a pencil painting kind of artist, or is it mainly photography, digital stuff, or are you familiar with this?
Well, I started as a painter.
Okay.
So yeah, I know how to draw, but I wouldn't say I draw well. Not anymore. I used to do, I was into realism, in fact. So like charcoal drawing, oil, acrylic, watercolor, all of it.
I specialize in
But
they can't draw well, so this should be fun. Yeah. Right. Okay.
now I just do stick figures. So
let's get on with it then, shall we? So everybody who's joining in, thank you very much. Sorry I've not had a chance to say hello to people. Tash is in, Julish, James, Louise. I appreciate you guys joining. James King as well. Carl's in as well. Hi Carl. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for joining. Always good to see your name in the list. And then yeah, we've got a bunch of people in the Discord as well. So Mika, Crypto Girl, Stefan's in there, Ozzy Greets, Farts, Natalie Volts, Silent Thax, and Matilde as well. So yeah, appreciate you all joining. This is what you're going to need. These are the materials you're going to need to join in for this drawing session. Should take us about 20 minutes. I'm going to steam through it today, and we're not going to put too much detail in. We're going to draw a very simplified version of the Creator's Curse, which was the artwork I did for Room 707, the collab that we did. We'll have a proper look at it a little bit later. In fact, Joff, I'm just going to quickly show the artwork to everybody. There you go. There is the Creator's Curse artwork. Obviously, we're not going to draw that. That might just be a step too far. It took me about 3 hours to get about 80% of the way through that drawing on Friday. The live stream's still available if you want to watch it. But yeah, we're going to draw a much more simplified version of that. Sheet of paper, preferably stolen from work. It always looks better if you use stolen paper from work. A pencil, because we're all losers here. Pencils are for losers. You'll need a pencil just for a few little guidelines. You might not even need that pencil. And then I'm just going to use a Sharpie pen, just any kind of black pen, whatever you've got handy, really. There's no excuses for not taking part, just for not having the right materials. Are you ready then? Grab your pencil. Grab your pencil. We're going to throw in a few little guidelines. First guideline is going to be the shape of the dog. The dog is going to be like an upside down bucket, that kind of a shape. I've gone quite dark with my lines. You don't want to go quite as dark with your lines, just so that you can rub them out nice and easily. I've gone dark so that you can see everything we're doing. Up top, let's throw in a couple of eyeballs. So let's go in, around about there, couple of eyes. This is still with your pencil. This is really cool. I love being able to see what Jess is doing as well. I'm gonna base my speed of drawing on what Jessica was doing. Happy sausage. Let's go and stick in a happy sausage. Those of you that know the Corp Academy will know that there's certain shapes that I like to draw, and one is a happy sausage. This is the happy sausage. Main thing is it's got to touch the outside of the pencil line there. Try and get it to touch the pencil line on either side of the dog. That's going to mean that we can make the dog's mouth just like wrap out a little bit more, so that we've got a little bit of a change to the outside shape of the dog's body. Also means we can throw in an absolute ton of teeth, which will look really cool. Love that, Jessica. That's looking great. Last thing, let's instead of drawing the entire rib cage with the room 707 key inside the rib cage, we're just going to draw a couple of ribs. This is how we're going to do it. Over on this right hand side, you're going to do two lines, a little wavy line and then another wavy line. They start and finish at the same point just there. That's the only important bit. So one big wavy line or a smaller wavy line, start finish at the same point. That's going to be like an opening in the skin. Okay, that's all we need our pencils for. Go and get rid of your pencils, grab your Sharpie. Let's go and work on the nose. Wonder if I can zoom in a little bit more here. Wow, look at that. I can zoom in loads. Didn't realise I'd set that up.
Is this touching over here? Like on this side?
Well, no, it doesn't need to be. Just a little gap. Yeah, leave it a little bit short. Otherwise, you're going to have like the lip of the mouth. You could have it overlapping the hole, but keeping it separate would be better. There's no right or wrong there. We're just going to fudge it. We're just going to fake it till we make it today. Okay, let's go and put in a nose right up here in between the eyes. We kind of want to straddle the eyes a little bit. We're going to do like a little V shape, and then just curl around either side. So little V shape like that, and then just curl around that side, curl around that side. Then what would this is with your pen as well, yeah. Go on, pencils are for losers. Let's move away from that pencil. We don't need that anymore. Have you got a Sharpie, Jessica?
No, wait, what? Yeah, I've got a few. I've got like
Let's do it, mate. Let's go straight in with a pen now.
Okay.
I teach people to draw with pens. You might make a few mistakes along the way, but you learn to get faster. You learn to get better faster with a pen because there's no turning back. You just got to get it right and make it work. Okay. That is the nose and the nostrils, the bit where you stick your fingers. Let's go and put the cap on the top. So this is the top of the nose. So it's going to go across the top and just curl around. Just curl around those nostrils. Last line we're going to do a little flick off either side. And it's important that this line flicks off from the side of the nostril and it's going to come outside the circle over here. So from the side of the nostril, just a flick off just there. Same on the other side. The only important bit with that is it must go just past the outside of the circle there. That's what we want. Obviously, we're going to double line everything we do. Double lining isn't about making the line twice as thick. It's about making the line twice as wonky. So just quickly go over all of that again. Let's make it nice and wonky. Wonky lines are easier to draw. I think they look better as well. Any mistakes that we make in the future, we can cover over with wonky lines. So let's have some nice wonky lines in there, some fat bits and some thin bits. Awesome stuff. Right, in the middle, let's go. That's nose done. That's step 1 done. Step 1 of 6 done. Let's go do step 2 for the eyes. We've got 1, 2, 3 lines in a couple of circles, and then the eyes are done. Okay, first line, let's go and draw in. We want to put in like a little bit of a snout. So starting inside the circle, a little flick up like that, ends up just outside the circle again. We can do both sides at the same time if you want to. I'm just going to do one side for the time being. Then we're going to come from the outside of the eye just there. We're going to follow that pencil line round. As soon as you get to the top, a little flick up. So like this, look, follow it round. As soon as you get to the top, a little flick up over there. Once we've done that, just close it off. Just finish off the rest of that pencil line. just there, and then let's double line all of that. Nice wonky lines, strong intersections as well. So where two lines join each other in like a T-junction like that, or like down here, you want to make that part of the line just a little tiny bit thicker. There we go. Let's see if we can do something similar over on the other side. So a little flick over on the middle of the nose. Go round the outside of the eye. When you get to the top, a little flick into the center. Finish off by going around the rest of that pencil line and then wonk it up. Nice and wonky all the way around. The only decision you now need to make is what do you want to do with the pupils? Do you want to make? Do you want to go crazy eyes? Do you want to go big pupils? Do you want to put little reflections in? Totally up to you. I like to keep it simple with crazy eyes because I haven't got to think too much about getting them in just the right place. It also gives the character it gives the dog a bunch of character by doing that. So there we go. We've got some little crazy pupils in there. I should at this point just remind you, if you're in the Discord, you can throw in your progress shots and I'll put them on the stream as well. So if you're on Discord and you put a photo into Discord, I'm going to take that as authorization that you're happy to be on the stream. So whatever photos you post in Discord will come onto the stream. Even if your kind of drawing is looking a bit weird. I mean, I always recommend a drawing looking weird. It always looks great if it's weird. But yeah, whatever you draw on, whatever you post on Discord is coming into the stream, okay? Right, where are we next? That's step 2 done. Let's go to step 3, and then, no, one more thing. A couple more little lines. Try this one out, okay? So what we're going to do is, see that line we've got, a pencil line we've got across the top? We're just going to breach that a little bit with an eyebrow. We're going to start quite close to the edge of the eye here. We're going to curve around, we're going to jump up, and then drop down right in the middle of the eye, kind of pointing towards this bit of the nose. So like this, look, just starting up, following the curve, jump up, drop down, just there. See if we can do that one. The only thing is, just make sure you go above that pencil line and then drop down again. Double line that, nice and wonky. Try and do something similar on the other side. Just curve up the side, jump up, drop down. Doesn't matter if both sides are different. Sometimes that's going to look better. Most of the time that'll look better. Nice work, Joff. Thank you for being the first person to post a good picture in the Discord. Oh wow, that's come up massive. That's what Joff's done. Great start, mate. Your work has just come so strong. It's only taken us 25 lessons. You're getting amazing now. Eventually, we're not going to need Korp in this anymore. Joff's just going to be doing all of this on his own. Volts can't draw today. No excuses, Volts. Even if you're just drawing with blood and smudging your finger across the page, do. Not having any excuses. Right, eyes done. Let's go to the third part, the mouth. This is going to be fun. So we're just going to outline this sausage. We're going to put some skin on the outside, and then we're going to do the easiest teeth you'll ever draw. We can throw in as many teeth as you want. Okay, so outline that sausage shape first. Double line it. Let's go all the way around it. Nice and wonky. The mouth is really stretched and open on this character. I wanted to make this character look really nervous. It was meant to represent like an artist that was really cagey and anxious about sharing their artwork. So that's why I went for this like big, like forced grin in the look. Little bits of stretched skin on the outside of the mouth. Start inside the pencil line, finish inside the pencil line. That's the only important bit there. Starting inside, finishing inside. Same on the other side. Look, try to avoid, you see where we've got this hole down here? Try to avoid that as much as possible.
Wait, I missed the second part you did. The second.
Yeah, just these little flappy bits of skin. Starting and finishing inside the pencil line is the important bit there. Here we go. We've got some artwork here. Who's this? From Greets. It's more of an owl. Yeah, oh, I see. Yeah, the nose is looking a little bit beak-like, mate. But there's nothing wrong with that. One thing I always tell people is when you're drawing, if it starts to look like something else, then just carry on making it look like something else. So if it's looking like an owl, make it look like an owl. The worst thing you can do is have an idea in your head of what you want to draw, because the chances of you getting what's in your head onto a bit of paper really, really slim. So just go on the journey and follow the process. Right, let's go and throw in some teeth. So the teeth, capital M right in the middle, big set of front teeth. Capital M, join a little line across the top, across the bottom there. You could also call it a capital B that's fallen on its back. Don't forget to double line all of that as well. Nice and wonky in there. Then what we're going to draw is those shapes. We're going to draw them again, but we're going to just kind of put them behind like this. So coming out from there and a little curve. Look, see that? Nice and easy. Just coming out, little curve to join it back in. Do that again. Coming out, little curve to join it back in. Keep on going. Put as many or as few in as you want. Once you get to a point where you're kind of happy with how many teeth you put in, throw in a gum. And there's one set of teeth done. Nice and easy. Let's go and do the same kind of thing on the other side. So out, jump back in, out, jump back in, out, jump back in, throw a gum, and double line everything we do. Nice easy way of putting in some really kind of 3D looking teeth there. Down the bottom, let's do something similar. This time it's, again, another capital B shape. This time let's have it falling on the front, maybe a little tiny bit smaller. So the straight edge is on the top. And then just throw in some more D shapes. We're just going to work our way across, throwing in some more D shapes. All wonky ones. This bottom set of teeth on my character was particularly wonky. So go for some teeth sticking out, some teeth going a bit short and small, some teeth wide. Maybe even put in a pointy tooth like that. Little teardrop kind of pointy tooth. As you're getting closer to the side, let's go a little bit squarer with the teeth. So squarer with the teeth. And look at how these ones are now overlapping. So we're just overlapping a corner. Just starting to build these teeth up and around. Try and do the same kind of thing on the other side. So you're just going into more square looking teeth and then overlapping each corner. How are we doing, Jessica? You keeping up okay, mate?
These are looking really bad.
They look awesome. Nice triangular teeth. Okay, let's bring in a little gum. So just make it watertight. A little bit of a gum either side, just in there to so the teeth don't look like they're just floating in the mouth. And then we're going to throw in a tongue. Tongue is always nice and easy. Just two little lines. One's going to launch from there, jump across, little flick. Launch from the same tooth on the other side, jump across, and land in just about there. There's a tongue. So just jump across, little flick, and then jump across, join it all up. The back of the mouth, if you're so inclined, you could colour in the back of the mouth black. I'm not going to do that because that's going to take me ages, and I'm really keen to move on, get this finished off so we can have more of a chat with Jessica. So yeah, there you go, mouth done. We're halfway through. Let's go and throw in some ribs. Remember that little hole that we drew on the side? This little hole that we drew on the side, okay? Let's go and draw the main hole first, which is this bigger bit from there. Let's go and put that bit in first. Double line it, nice and wonky with your line work. Let me zoom in now. You can see where I'm working. Here we go, down here, look. That's the bit we're doing. Then we're going to throw in some ribs. Don't think too much about realistic ribs. We're just going to put in some bones that are sticking out. The only thing we need to remember is the bone needs to stick out further than the other pencil line that we've just done. So let's go like this. Look. Bone, 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 bone. Put in a few bones like that. Just try to stick them out further than that pencil line. Double line it all. Nice and wonky. Anybody working with fine liner might want to just go across the bottom of each of those bones, just add a little shadow in. I'm not working with fine liners today. We're just going to stick with Sharpie work. Joff, that's looking great. Let's see if we can just quickly bring Joff's artwork in. Not sure if I grabbed it there. That's looking awesome, mate. Really nice work on the teeth. Character just looks perfect. Also, Ozzy's just dropped in a photo as well. Let's have a look and see how Ozzy's is coming on. Look at the line work in that. That's amazing. That's cool. Love that. It's all about going wonky with your lines, and that proves how wonky you can go with your lines. Is that you, Ozzy, or is that... Oh, it's Pickles. Ozzy's the mum. Pickles is the talent. Pickles is Ozzy's little boy. And what a fantastic artist. I've got some artwork in the studio of his. I'll get it out another time. Right, let's facts. Let's go and put in the back now. So we've got our hole. We're going to go in here. Look, we're going to follow that pencil line. Just make sure you go behind the ribs now. The only reason we put that pencil line in is so we could do this nice and neat behind the ribs bit. Anybody using fine liners or throwing in a little bit of colour? These bits behind the ribs, you want to throw in some red there or shade in those bits, make it look dark. That's the inside of the dog's body. Okay, ribcage done, everybody. We're going to go and put in some ears now. We're going to flop these ears forward. And to do that, we only need to draw one line. Each ear is just one line. We're going to get it all done in one go. Think of a Dorito kind of shape, and you'll be pretty close to how this is going to look. So we've got the ribs done. Let's go and move up the top. Let's go and do this ear first. Are you ready for this? We're going to jump.
Yes.
We're going to jump across. We're going to start here. Yeah, so you see where we've just got this like little bit of eyebrow sticking out. We're just going to move across just a little bit. Start on the pencil line just there. We're going to jump off of that. We're going to move across. Then we're going to drop down. And then we're going to come back and we're going to point towards where we just started. Just on the inside of where we just started. Be brave with this, yeah? Go for it. Start in there. Jump off. Go across. Drop down. Turn around. Go back up. And a little flick into where we're just over on the side of where we just started. Don't think about it too much. Just throw it in. Pickles, good luck with fitting these ears in because you've not got much space there. So maybe just go a little bit wider. Yeah, Jessica, that looks good. Let's go and try and do something similar on the other side. So jump off, go across, drop down, curl around, back up, and just finish off just in front of where we started. Oh, man, I did that where you couldn't see. There we go. Everybody got that in? Double line it, don't forget. Double wonky. 2 nice floppy ears done in 2 lines. Dead easy. That is like, right, let's start bringing this home now. So, yeah, we're just going to put the body in and then we're pretty much done. This bit up here, let's just join that. Join the ears into the eyebrows. Do that little pencil line in between the eyebrows as well. We're giving away one of Jessica's privacy keys. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning that in a little while, make sure you post your artwork. You have to be either watching on... Are we doing Abstract, Joff? Are you there, mate? Are we doing Abstract and Discord or just Discord for entries into this? The giveaway.
I think Abstract and Discord.
There you go. You could be in either Abstract, either Abstract or Discord.
So far, it's only Volts on Discord. Sorry, only Volts on Abstract. So if people can make themselves
Abstract, well, everybody who's joining on Abstract, I'm sure there's plenty of people watching, but you must log in with an account. It's nice and easy to set up an account on Abstract. All you need to do is, if you've got a Google account, just sign up, click on Google, and you're in straight away. You don't have to do anything complicated on there. But yeah, Abstract is a nice, easy way of logging in and being in with a chance of winning the NFT. Right, how are we doing? We've got those ears in. We've got that little bit across the top of the head. Let's go work our way down the sides of the body. As you work down the sides, though, this little pencil line here, rather than just doing the pencil line, let's just go down there, come out, flick back up again. Just throwing in a little bit of fur. Look. Don't think about it too much, just throwing a little bit of fur. We've got 1 on one side. Let's go and throw 2 in on the other side. So just do that. Out, in, out, in. Make it wonky, make it quick, make it scruffy. As we're working down, let's just quickly go and make this look more like a dog by joining that bit, the nose, joining the nose to the lip. If you want to draw a dog, that's the most important line to draw, and it will look more like a dog or an animal than a human. I mean, I suppose the ears help as well. But yeah, that's my top tip. Go and throw in that little line there. And a couple of whiskers as well. You could flick some massive lines off if you want. I'm just going to put 3 dots either side. Keeps it nice and tidy for me. 3 dots for some whiskers. Let's keep on moving down. Let me zoom out a little bit as well. Let me zoom out a lot. There we go. Awesome stuff. Finish off this side with the ribs, because that's a nice easy side to finish off. We're just doing those two little lines to make that watertight. Over on the other side though, let's do the same where we did those little bits of fur. Come out, drop it back in. Do that a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. Wonk it up, nice and wonky all over the place. Finish off in this body. Let's go and put a little floater in, little floater for a bottom lip. Flick the V's everywhere. Flicking the V's, all that's doing is just making our character look a little bit furrier. So just go in anywhere, flick the V's, maybe go around the eyes, add a few little creases. You can tell we're getting to the end because we're moving a lot faster now, not messing around with this. Do you want to put some little spots on your dog? Go and put some spots on your dog. You want to put a little fly on the outside? Go and put some flies on the outside. Let's put a fly in the mouth. Why not? Just go and have a little bit of fun with it. And we are just about to finish off. So this is the time when you really just want to add your own personal touch to the dog. So here we go. Let's some little spots on there. Don't think about it too much. Just throw it in. If it looks good, carry on doing it. If it doesn't look good, stop doing it. That is as easy as it gets to be an artist. Look at that little wrinkle around the edge of the rib cage there. So we've got a little fold of skin. Let's finish off. Let's wrap it up. Street art crown. Put a street art crown. That's telling everybody you're the king or queen. And I know for a fact it annoys a lot of street artists. So I always like to put a little street art crown in. Okay, Ozzy, that's looking amazing. I'm going to share that in just 1 second. When you're ready, let's go and whack in some photos in Discord so I can share them on the stream. Put in your signature as well. Make sure you sign your artwork. Don't put it in pencil on the back where nobody can see it. Put it in marker pen on the front in a focal area so everybody knows it's your artwork. Let's not be shy about this. You can also put in a power line as well. Power line just going a little bit thicker around the outside edge. Look, I'm going to do 1/2 of mine so you can see what a power line adds to your picture. But just going like 2, maybe 3 times as thick around the outside edge of your artwork. Frames it nicely. Anybody that's looking at your artwork, it makes it very clear to them what the foreground is, what the background is. But there you go. Look at that. That side is with the power line. That looks so much better to me than that side without the power line. So go and throw in a power line if you're so inclined. Right. That's it for our drawing. Let's have a little look at everybody's artwork. So when you're ready, go and chuck it in Discord. And I'll start bringing some of these photos in. So
how's yours, Jess? How's it looking?
Yeah, let's take a Jess. Look at
That's
that.
amazing. That's so cool.
That is really cool.
He's looking.
You know those little
a little...
toys squeeze, and it looks like their eyeballs are popping out. Yours has got a touch
Yeah.
about it, which I really love. If anybody asks, you did that bit on purpose. Just that one little bulging eye coming out there. That's awesome. You must like it. You're rubbing out the pencil lines. You must.
Yeah, of course. This is going on the refrigerator. Are you kidding?
Excellent stuff. I always tell people at this stage, what you need to do is just find the richest person in your family and go and sell it to them. The richest person in your family will not appreciate artwork from anyone else as much as they'll appreciate artwork from someone in their family. They're going to love it so much more just because of who it's from. But yeah, awesome work. Thank you, Jessica, for joining in with that. Let's just make your feet a little bit smaller there, and then we're going to bring in some of the other pieces of artwork. Right, let's start off with... Oh my God, what's happened there? Oh, that's worked out all right. Let's start off with Farts. There he is. Nice work, Farts. Excellent stuff. Line wear looks brilliant. The concerned eyes. The pupils looking at the fly with the massive wings. That's a touch of genius. I love that kind of stuff. Just making it look like there's something going on there. A little focal point. Brilliant stuff. With your V's, your furry V's, do some big ones and some small ones. Don't keep them all exactly the same size. Kind of randomize it up a little bit. But that looks awesome, mate. Really nice work. Right, cheers. Let's. I'm going to see if we can get some more people's artworks in. That was Farts. Greets. It's coming. It's coming. You know, we've got to be a bit patient with this. There's Grease. Let's make it a little bit bigger so it's just covering everybody over. Nice work, mate. Look at those little hairs. Little flicked off hairs everywhere. Is that blood splatter as well coming out the ribs? That's pretty grim, Grease. But I like it. Nice work, mate. That's awesome. That gets you an entry into the draw. We will have a little look at the Wheel of Losers. I've just seen the Wheel of Losers. It's getting filled up with names. We'll bring that online in a second. Let's have a look at some more pieces. Let's see if it will let me drop this in. It's probably going to be massive. Oh, no, there it is. Look at that. Who's this one? This one's Mika. Nice work, Mika. Look at the little spots. Oh, look at the cute little hearts. I'll let you get away with those cute little hearts. Little creases above the eyebrows as well. They're lovely. Look all the, even an attempt at stippling above the eyes to add a little bit of shade. I like that. Colour the back of the mouth in black though. That one needs it. I think they all need it. Colour in the back of the mouth is just going to add a bit of contrast. It's going to make it look amazing. Mika, you're in the draw. Well done. Discord is going so slow. Natalie, let's have a little look at Natalie's. Natalie's is nice. Those ribs. They look like ribs that you'd get from a Chinese takeaway. They're awesome. Why does that come out that small? Let's try and bring Natalie's up here. There we go. Look at that. Awesome stuff. Fat whiskers as well. We've still got a tongue to go in. Still get a tongue to go in there, Natalie, but that's looking awesome. Great start. Couple more. Right, let's. We've seen Natalie's, we've seen Mika's, we've seen Greets, we've seen Farts. Silent Thax. Let's bring Silent Thax in. Silent Thax, this is digital work, yeah. I always recommend having if you can, get an iPad. Do your drawings on an iPad. There we go. Just because you can kind of mess around with different layers. If you'll see on the live stream that I did when I was doing Jessica's the Creator's Curse for Jessica. That you can add, I did a version of it with teeth and a version of it without teeth just by using different layers. Nice work, Silent Thanks. Thank you very much for joining in, mate. Love those eyes. They look so concerned. Let's have a look at Pickles. How old is Pickles? Ozzy? Because this is amazing artwork. There it is. So Pickles must be like, what, 12? 13? Look at that. That's amazing. A little dog collar as well. Brilliant idea. Nice work, Pickles. Thank you very much. Well done, you, mate. Who else we got? I think we've got everybody in. We've got Natalie. Ozzy says, yeah, Pickles is 12. Awesome work. Starting young, mate. Next generation's coming through. I just want to bring in, we'll just have a quick look at Ozzy's work. And then we'll whip over and do our live prize draw. So you might have noticed we renamed it. We used to be called Doodle on Discord. We're now called Let's Draw because we do a drawing and then we do a prize draw. It dawned on us that how much sense that made a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we're now called Let's Draw. There you go. Look at that. Awesome. With the little kind of plasters over the eyes. What do we think to that? That's awesome.
I like that.
Ozzy's like a professional artist. Ozzy's done a few workshops for me in the past as well. So yeah, that was really cool to see. Nice, right? Have we seen everybody's? I think we've seen everybody's in the Discord. Right, yeah. Thank you very much, everybody, for sharing. I think we've got everybody. Joff, should we go over to the Wheel of Losers? So, Natalie, we used to call this the Wheel of Winners, because whoever was in the wheel was going to win something. But it kind of dawned on me that actually what happens is most people lose. So we quickly got renamed. Here we go.
Really are glass half empty, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm more than half empty, mate. You can never be defeated. So yeah, brace yourself, everybody. Loads of you are going to win nothing. but
So should we just quickly go to what the prize is?
Yeah. So go on, Jessica. Tell us what the prize is.
Oh, a 707 key, a room 707 key. Yes, I believe I have one of those to give away. It's going to be one of the keys. There's three different keys. There's the nude key, the OG pink key, the gold key. So what this key does is it gives you access into room 707, which is a Discord and a private club. And you get access to mint one-of-one works by artists like Corporate, for example. He's our March artist. And you'll get other types of airdrops and works from me throughout the year. But for the first 6 months of this year, we're focusing on artists that had work like NFT projects, PFP projects on the Say blockchain. So we're highlighting and showcasing those artists, but we previously had artists on Ethereum and Base, and that's pretty much it. These works are going to be minted on Base though, because everybody is using Base now. So yeah, that's a little bit about the access you get with the key. And there's other perks that you get, like if you're at any of the IRL meetups, sometimes I'll have, something special for key holders.
Awesome. That's
really cool.
That's amazing. Can I just confirm that one of the keys is a nude key? I just want to make sure that okay, Pickles, if you're watching, you're not winning this. Okay, if this comes up, Pickles, you're 12 years old, you're not getting the nude key. Mum's getting. Okay, so we're going to be careful on that. I'm going to be very strict. We're not doing that. Okay. Thank you, Jessica, for giving us a little bit of a run through on what people will get. I love the idea of a private space. Putting your artwork out on Instagram, Facebook, and things like that can be so volatile, can be so toxic, can make you so anxious as an artist. So to have a private space full of other artists, other creative people, is absolutely perfect. So I love that idea.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Are you going to be here in New York for NFT NYC?
I think Joff's buying my ticket. Joff, are you buying my ticket for NFT New York?
No, unfortunately not. No, maybe not even NFT York, which is which is only kind of an hour, no, maybe what, 2 hours on the train, not that far.
Hey, Joff, let's meet up in Market Deepin and just have our own NFT show.
There we go. That's what it's about.
NFT Market Deepin. It's the same kind of thing.
Does this wheel go really slow on purpose, like to just
no, we've not clicked it yet. No, this is just
yeah. This is just wheel talk.
Yeah, are we ready to spin? So
this is just ticking over.
Oh no, I'm kind of enjoying this.
It's also in 707 tribute colors as well.
I know, I saw that. I was like, okay.
Nice touch.
Oh yeah. Are we ready then? Is everyone ready?
Right, is everybody, so last shout for everybody. If your name's not on the list and you're in Discord or you're in Abstract, now's the time to holler and put a message out there. There's a 20-second delay for YouTube. YouTube people, you're not getting in the draw. You have to be on Discord. It looks like everybody's in. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's just do it. You've had 50 minutes to get in, so you should be ready. Look at that, spinning fast now. Sound effects are great. No way.
Congrats, Volts.
Awesome stuff. Well done, Volts.
Oh.
I've got a lot of time for Volts. Been a long time supporter of what we've been doing ever since the days of Say for us. So congratulations, Volts. Joff, what does Volts need to do?
Drop us he says re-roll. Are you sure, Volts?
Oh, why? You don't want another
is he already?
He's a collector.
Yeah. Last chance, Volts. Yes or no? Re-roll. Okay.
Volts is already in.
So we'll take Volts off then.
Volts, that's really kind of you.
That's awesome. Right, let's give it a go then. Shuffle again. He just likes to see the spinning. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just likes to see your CPU just going crazy with this.
Yeah.
This really elaborate graphics.
Oh.
It's gonna switch to OZ. OZ, well done, mate. Excellent stuff.
This is the last thing you do, Joff, right? Because your computer just completely, it's done after the wheel.
I can feel the heat from this CPU already. It's just, this laptop is, I can't touch it. It's crazy.
couple of weeks ago we lost Joff completely. It just sounded like you.
I heard he was a robot.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
not even like a sexy robot that we could understand. It was like a dying robot. It was
Yeah.
it was it was like somebody took a what do you call it album and just put it on really slow.
I wasn't drawing that day. I was just like co-working and I heard that happening. I was like, what is going on? Job's not gonna make it.
We're professionals. We've been broadcasting this for like 25 weeks now, 25 times, and we still come up with like technical issues every single week. It's been good though this week. We've done well. What do we got then? Ozzy.
Yeah, let's not jinx it.
Yeah, we've still got a few minutes to go. We're gonna have a little chat with a proper little chat with Jessica in a second. So yeah, Ozzy, well done, mate. I'm really pleased for you. I don't know if you're an NFT collector, but you certainly are now. I've got a feeling this might be your introduction into collecting NFTs. So yeah, have fun. If you have any trouble like creating a support ticket, because I realised Joff has just put in the Discord, create a support ticket. If you have any trouble with it, just reach out to Joff or me. Reach out to Joff. Reach out to one of us, and we'll help you like create the ticket and get you all set up, mate. But nice work. Congratulations, you. Right. What we're going to do now is we are going to have a proper little chat with Jessica. Are you all right to come back on camera, Jessica?
Yeah, let me see if I can figure out how to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
We're broadcasting you figuring it out. I love that. The reason.
Sorry.
That's all right, man. It's all a bit chill.
We did a little what do you call it?
Whilst Jessica's with a phone, let me just remind everybody that if you're watching and you see a like button, go and tap that like button a couple of times. If you see a heart, go and tap that heart a few times. If you see a little paper airplane, go and share what we're doing as well. This we only kind of get word of mouth just means everything to us. We want to grow organically, and the only way of doing that is by you guys sharing what we're doing. We're here every Wednesday. Me and Joff are going to try and do every single Wednesday. I just caught you upside down on the other feed. Was you upside down for a second there?
Yeah.
You managed to turn yourself around perfectly.
Yeah, nice. I got a new camera.
We're going glasses off for this bit. Oh, I can't do glasses off. I can't see a thing. That's better. Right, so yeah, Jessica, I thought what we'd do is just find out a little bit more about you, have a little look at your artwork. So anything you want to kind of talk to us about, Joff has got the Room 707 website. So you've got a website there. So yeah, just
yes.
About what where people will go, what they need to do to get access to Room 707 if they didn't win.
So 707 is on the secondary. I'm not quite sure. So there's 3 keys that are available: the gold key, the nude key, and the OG pink key, which is like this color scheme of the website. That's the OG key. They're sold out, so I don't know if you wanted to obtain one of those. You would have to look on OpenSea and see if anything's listed. The last time I looked, I think there was maybe 2 OG pink keys listed. I didn't see any gold keys listed. The keys that were minted on Say, nude.
So are these different to the?
Is that the nude key? I'm sorry, it's so small I can't see it.
Yeah, that's the nude one.
Yeah, are there any listed?
4.
Okay, yeah,
50,
that's great.
50 Say is the floor.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think that I'm surprised is all that more people aren't putting them on. Don't do that, but I'm surprised. But that's good. That means people are holding on to them. And when you hold a key, or if you hold multiple keys like some collectors do, you're able to mint multiples. So people that have a Room 707 key, whether they have the gold key, the pink key, the nude key, they're all going to be able to get Corporate's art, and it's 1-to-1. So however many keys you have is however many of the pieces of art you get. And I like it because you can give them as gifts. So like I'll try to mint, usually I'll mint my own, like mint the max of my own. And then just like do them for giveaways and give them as gifts. So for a corporate's piece, for example, that piece will be available through April 4th, midnight. And I would highly recommend, grabbing a few because this is the only piece that he'll be doing like of its kind. So I love having artists be able to do these like one of one pieces. And it's interesting because I remember back in the day when we had these like massive sort of like movements through different people's collections, and then somehow somebody would find like a small one of one collection that an artist would do, and somebody like had thrown them up for sale, or whatever, and there would just be a massive like run on this artist's art. So I kind of wanted to capture a little bit of that with the 707 collection. Like these are artists that I like them right now, but who's to say, like, what if corporate has, more and more success to the point where people are looking for very exclusive things that he's done that people don't have. And so I hope that, this creator's curse piece will be one of those that people go back and go, oh, I want to get everything that he's done. And they sort of scour, the blockchain for these pieces. So just, trying to keep these collections highly curated and really intimate for the collectors.
Excellent.
Yeah, we see that a lot though, don't we? Where you've got like a collector gets kind of enthralled with an artist's work, and they just go down that rabbit hole of finding everything that an artist does. I've done it myself, and you
Yeah.
find like really early works that they've minted, or works maybe on a chain that doesn't exist anymore, and you can't actually get it because there's no way to interact with it. And these are just kind of like grail pieces that you always try to get. So it's really cool having them through room 707.
Yeah.
How many keys are
I,
there,
I
Jessica?
in total.
Yeah, roughly how many keys are there, so that we know the maximum amount of like the collabs that have happened so far. What's the maximum amount of collabs that could be put out there?
um it's not more than 700 because so the pink key was shut off after I think 300 minted.
Hmm.
And then the gold, I think there's less than 200. And then I would have to do the rest of the math on nudes. I'm sorry, I don't have that at the top of my head.
That's it.
And that's another thing too, like, you know, these were all intended to be like just one set of keys that were 707 keys, but
Mm.
now the network has become more symbolic. So I like the idea of bringing the keys cross-chain, like into different ecosystems. So, when the limit is complete, let's say, we've all been there, we close it off. And I think it's nice because it brings, 707 to a new community and a new community to 707.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and just the artwork in each of the like the room, like the habitats that were created for each of the keys, like the OG key has like that, kind of zigzag pink bathroom looking room.
Hmm.
And then the other one is kind of like this dark, it's not shown on here, but there's a special key called the XX Gen key. And that was made only for collectors of this one piece of art that I created. And then there's the gold one that's in this kind of mirrored room, and then the nude one that's in that like sort of wet room. I don't know how else to describe it. So the habitats were, really thought through. And my partner helped me render those out, and I'm really happy with the way they came out.
Excellent. So I think I'm the third artist you've had on. Is that right?
Hmm.
Who are the other
Yeah.
two artists that you've had on? What artwork have they done?
The artist that did Cappies.
Hmm.
So if you go in my Discord, you can see, I don't know if Joff can pull it up, but They did a capybara. Well, they called her Lady Bara. So it's a very thick, curvy cappy, lady cappy, kind of a little burlesque. She's like lounging on a couch. And then the first, so that was the first piece. And then the second artist was Spicy of Moods. And she did kind of like, I guess, a portrait inspired by me of a girl with, long hair holding the room 707 key. Which if you do meet me in person, I do have room 707 keys that I will give you. Um, you won't be able to get into my room with it, but you'll be able to get into a metaphorical room because the back has, you scratch it off and it will always send you somewhere. So I do that like each, event or sort of outing that happens, I'll put a new destination on the back of the card, or well, I'll point to the new destination on the back of the card. But yeah, um, yeah, I wish I looked like that right now, but more like casual or the Lady Bara, you know, she's chilling.
I do. I
But yeah,
the Cappy artwork looks really cool.
it's really interesting how everybody interprets it, because I say like, explore, room 707, think about what a secret society means, think about what, making work in a collective would mean. And I think you nailed it. I mean, yours is hill. Love if you could put it up so we can look at it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's so beautiful. I really love it. I love all the color choices that you made, and yeah, just the detail. It looks so different from all the other artists, and that's what I'm also hoping to do, like through, the year that Artists Collector Day, with this really beautiful group of artists that created this, sort of curation of works that they can have from 707.
Yeah, what was really nice was that when you said about it, just saying that you just do whatever you want, and I think you always get the best out of an artist when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I was really pleased with being able to create this one. And like I said before, I wanted to kind of create the anxiety that an artist has, because I was listening to what you were saying about, creating a private space for artists to just like be themselves and just do whatever they want to do. And that kind of stuff just doesn't really exist. There's such an emphasis on us putting all our artwork out there and trying to go viral all the time. But actually just being an artist and letting all the other kind of stuff deal with itself is
Mm-hmm.
it's all about, and that's what I tried to represent in this piece. So I'm glad you like
I
it.
thought it was interesting that you went to the anxiety piece. Why did you think that, or what made you feel that way?
I think, yeah,
Because you're very confident, when I see you drawing.
yeah. I mean, I love drawing in public. I'm like the opposite of Room 707. If there was an outside area for Room 707 where I could just, all those ogling eyes, and I could just draw in front of them, I'd be there. That's where I'd be, because when I first started out as an artist, I was very private, and I didn't want to, your artwork's like your baby. If somebody says it's horrible, you really take it to heart. So yeah, when I was younger, I used to be very anxious about putting my artwork out there, but I think I've learned not to be anxious, and I try to teach other people not to be anxious and to kind of like own mistakes and not worry about like painting and drawing in front of people and what they might think, because if they don't like it, that's their issue, not your issue. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with artwork. It's all about yeah, it's all their issue. And so yeah, I think that's why I kind of went with the anxiety. And then at the last minute, I think it was your suggestion about putting a key in the rib cage,
Mhm.
and I thought that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's put a room 707, like a more traditional key, but kind of just having a bit of a nod, a bit of a narrative that links back to the project as well, rather than just a piece of artwork.
I like the metaphor too. It's like you know, you're you're swallowing the secrets. Like you're the key keeper, you're the holder of the creativity and of the ideas. ultimately the artist. That's why, if they don't like your art, they can kick rocks. That's what I would have said if I was a little kid. But,
And a little Easter egg for people is there is some writing on the tonsil as well. You can't see it; it's very, very small, but there's a little message.
Oh, I didn't see.
Tonsil. You can just see a little tiny white reflection in there. That is some. I'm not going to zoom into it. You'll have to buy it to see what that message is.
It says kick rocks. Hey.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Let's get
I
that.
can't wait to zoom on that later.
Joff, feel free to kick in if we had any questions in the chat. But the other thing I wanted to quickly ask about before we wrap up, because we will wrap up soon, Jessica. We've been over an hour, and we like to keep the session to about an hour. But yeah, just any other past artwork, past projects that you've done that you're particularly proud of?
I mean, a lot. I should have brought some books down of my work to show you guys. Actually, I could show you something. Hang on. You can wait 1 second.
Okay, hold fire, everybody. This is we're going to see something new from Jessica. Not something new. We're going to see something from Jessica. Let's see what she brings down. If anybody's got any questions for Jessica, now's the time to ask. Go and put something in the chat.
Yeah, the chat's gone quiet at the moment. I think everyone's just watching, being polite.
So I have I've published a few books over the years. My most recent photo book is I Heart Girl.
Wow, nice.
You can see that it's a photo book. I'm not going to open it because it's not suitable for work. And this is a poetry book that my most recent poetry book. If you can see that.
Excellent. Can people pick these up anywhere? Where can they buy these things? Are they
Yeah, so this you can get off my website. And this book you can get off of I think like Barnes and Noble, Random House, the major bookstores. This one, so this is a photo book. This one's a poetry book. And then I have another photo book and another poetry book called Pink Privacy. That's the one, because this one's fairly new, but the Pink Privacy one was the fairly popular one. That is actually my favorite book. And then another project that I'm working on this year is my first poetry album. So that sounds very peculiar, but like I said at the beginning,
Do you mean audio album?
Yeah, it's going to be on vinyl too.
Oh, so, wow.
Are
you going to go for colored vinyl?
So I can
sorry.
I can give you like a little sort of teaser color scheme. All the photography, the art vinyl is going to be black and white. So that doesn't mean that the vinyl itself won't be like an electric color. So that's going to come down to a lot of things like budget, frankly. So we'll see. We're just finishing up the last tracks because it's going to be, some of it is like poetry, spoken word. And then there's 3 like produced tracks that are like these sort of experimental pop kind of track. I'm not a singer. I'm a writer, but I like to use the medium of sound and music. So that's kind of how I'm describing it. So that's what I'm putting a lot of my effort into this year. And then I'm working on a podcast project for creators, where I'm interviewing creators on Say, called Secrets on Say. And that's it this year, right? Just like a few like light little, creative projects. There may be a few others sprinkled in there, and I'll have no hair by December, so it's gonna be great. Can't wait.
Join the club.
No pressure then. just quickly going back to the photo books. So one of the collections that you had on Say was Body Base X. I think, am I right in thinking that the inspiration for some of the artwork
they were abstracted from this book.
Okay.
Yeah, I can open to a page where it's suitable. So these are like some of the portraits of the women.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
should we have a little look at the body base? BBX, is that what it's called?
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah. Body basics.
let's have a little look.
Gosh, I haven't looked at these books in a very long time.
So we've got it on screen with so can you explain how this artwork was created from the photos? Is that right?
Yeah, so they were abstracted. I wanted to take the photographs and break them down to just shapes, like squares, circles. I wanted to use the color palette from I Heart Girl. So as close as I can get to this, like for example, like I know that by looking at that body basics, like that is one of the subjects who's wearing like blue jeans. So I was kind of like taking out like the color, um, the skin tones and the shapes, and doing something abstract because I'm not really known for doing that type of work. But, since I've been making work in Web3, I think it's afforded me the ability to take a lot more risks and have a lot more opportunities to experiment. And this was a really fun project, and I felt like it was really well received. And they're kind of just really simple and minimal. And my other work, I would say, is pretty minimal and has very similar, palette I try to stay within. Even this one that you have right now is like almost like pushing it in terms of like saturation of color. But yeah, I think that this gave me the ability to do something like more in the abstract area, something that I'm not typically known for in the art world. So that was a cool project.
I love the how
Yeah, it's been
still looks quite organic. It still looks quite human. It's
Mhm.
yeah.
a photo of somebody. What was the process from taking it from a photo to that kind of abstract level? Was it something you did by hand, or was it a process through Photoshop? How did you get it to that kind of? How did you break it down?
It was a little bit of both. So if I recall correctly, I was starting to play with AI at the time. And I was like having a conversation of like, I want to take this photo and I'm going to describe it exactly. But then I want to start moving it into shapes and describing each of these elements as shapes and the colors of the shapes and how they're and where they're positioned.
Hmm.
And that's how I sort of came up with these compositions. So it took a while to kind of figure out like balance wise, because some of them would feel like more cluttered, and I wanted to really capture in art form the simplicity, much like a lot of the photographs, or much like the photography period. That's a cool one.
What is that one? Dare I ask?
But which picture is it?
Yeah,
I think it's my friend Gabrielle,
yeah.
because it's that specific color pink. Um, her hair was that color when we shot the book. And I can't imagine that that would be any other photograph
I love the
because it's so perfect.
recognize it just from that like small.
So are you the only one, Jess, that has that knowledge of which BBX is which
Yeah.
photo? That's cool.
I thought about putting that in the metadata, like, or, putting
Hmm.
it as like maybe like a trait or something. And I'm like, no, because like I really want to abstract this to the point where like even the subjects are anonymous, So, and there was a lot of pictures that I was able to use from the book too that were outtakes. So if you see like a few and you're like, oh, there's a lot of blue in here or something. I used various outtakes from the book that I was to use in like that maybe have never been seen before. So that was kind of cool too, to be able to kind of cycle through those images and share them without sharing them.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Nice, right? I think we're going to wrap up now, Jessica. I just want to thank you very much for coming on to Let's Draw today.
Yeah.
First time we've had an artist on, and did a little bit of an interview with them as well. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for drawing the creative.
This is going to go on the refrigerator. I have the other drawing that I did with you, I don't know, like 2 ago. And when people come in, they're like, what is that?
That's exactly the effect I want to have. Yeah, that's awesome. Just for anybody,
it's got to be high pressure to be drawing on camera, following instructions.
And it's easy to draw when he's the instructor. Are you kidding? I wouldn't do this in Corp. So
no, but I mean doing it on camera, so you've got everyone watching you, following instructions, and it's kind of, yeah, it's fine when you're at home. And
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I was saying the F word internally because I was like, because I'm a perfectionist, and I know like you just want me to draw with a pen, and I'm down to draw with a pen, but it's hard. You know, drawing is really hard, and I don't know how you do it every week when people are watching you. So my hats off to you.
It can't be hard. If I can do it every week when people are watching, it can't be that hard. It's what we make of it ourselves, isn't it? We make it hard for ourselves, so we can make it easy for ourselves. But yeah, I think that perfectionism in you is what's kind of helps you bring out this kind of artwork, which I absolutely love. It looks so clean, so nice. If people want to find out more about you, where's the best place they can go to follow you or to read up about you?
I think just find me on Twitter. That's the easiest. I have like a link tree there, and you can click and, you know, explore my website, and you can always throw an old search in Google and hit images. You could see a lot of my photography that way. A lot of my performance art that way. You can see some of my, like, you know, videos. I do a lot of video art, directing, and my poetry. Yeah. So if you look that up and just hit books, you can also see some publishing.
Great, there you go. So Jay Yatrofsky at Jay Yatrofsky on X is the first place to start. If not, you're like me. My surname's Kolzak, so you're like me. You've got a unique name that is very easy to Google and very easy to find content that you've created in the past. Thanks again for joining us, Jessica. Really appreciate it. Any last?
Yeah, thanks, Jess.
Any last words of wisdom before we break?
Now you're putting me on the spot.
Apologize for that. You could just say no. Thanks a lot. See you later.
I feel like, you know, I feel good. I did this drawing, and you know, like I'm really proud of everybody that did this drawing today. I want to say that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everybody today.
Awesome. Right. Thank you very much, Jessica. And thank you very much for everybody who's watched Let's Draw today, our first ever artist interview. So I appreciate that. We're back again next Wednesday, about the same time, about an hour and 20 minutes back from where we are now. I'm not going to give you a time because people are watching this all over the world. So yeah, back again next week. We've got some exciting news that we've got. I think next week we're going to do a Beasts giveaway, a Feraz Beasts giveaway. And then coming up after that, we've got some more artist interviews with Remouse is joining us. Created by Imri is going to be drawing with us. And who's the other one? Aaron McPhail as well is going to be joining us. So we've got lots of artists all bringing their own different personal style. So yeah, join us every Wednesday at this time for more Let's Draw. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Take care. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.